Hello everybody, it is Monday the 21st of August. I'm going to call this Jesus opened the door to let the energy vampires in, because that is what he did. I am the door. I am the knowledge of the door through which all can enter in. And folks, creation is giving and receiving. Yeah, it's not a one-way street. And then he had the glorious idea of doing away with self and not receiving for self. So it's only giving. And there you have it. There is the open door through which they can suck you dry. Anyway, I was listening to a couple of videos over the weekend. One was John St. Julian again, who is still happily opening the doors, doing away with Satan. And the other was Bruce Lipton. And that one actually was a bit of an eye-opener. Again, if you say matter is created by consciousness, yeah, then matter is a reflection of the consciousness that is creating it. Yeah, it does not come into being independently just out of nothing. It is not created out of nothing, it is created by a consciousness. So you are the creation of your consciousness. Why are we here? It is, consciousness is theory. It's thinking about it. Yeah? Then you bring that thought into the laboratory, into a physical setting, and you test drive it. And then you know, then you have certainty. When it bites you in the arse and it hurts, then you know for certain you've gone the wrong way. That's what we're doing. Anyway, so Bruce Lipton was talking about the skin, that which separates the form from everything else. And yes, here you are experiencing the separation. Here you are, I am. You're separate. You are not actually completely separated. You're not. You can connect to others. You don't have to. You're free will. Yeah? But here you can connect to others on spiritual pathways, on the pathways of love and compassion. You can be connected if you choose to be so. The separation is not set in stone. Anyway, but you are separate. You are experiencing yourself as a separate entity. Now, the skin, your skin that holds the body together, and every layer around every cell in your body is functioning the same way. And they have sensors, sensors going out that scan the environment, and they have channels going in. Yeah? And if the sensor senses something that it needs or that is good for it in the body, it will open the channel to let it in. Now, Bruce Lipton said that the skin was a semiconductor. It doesn't let everything in. It doesn't indiscriminately let everything in. I would say it is a selective conductor. It selects, and it should select what is good for the body, and then on a higher level what is good for the soul, for the consciousness. And we already have knowledge of that, which is our immune system. Yeah? That will fight off that which the body already knows is not good for it. But sometimes something can sneak in. Look at what happened in the last few years, what they have built. They had a piece of information, RNA, and they put that into a protein shell so the body would let it in. And it was only when it was in the body that it starts its work. When it's a Trojan horse. It's a Trojan horse. So 2,000 years ago, something came here in a human body, so we would know it, so that we would try and connect with it. And it unleashed an absolutely deadly virus, a mind virus, that came in with Jesus, through Jesus. And that virus was, first of all, the fact that you would open yourself up to it, is everything is possible. That is what makes you open up. Because you want to receive. And you should. You absolutely should. The body needs to receive. The soul needs to receive. The soul needs to have nourishment. And it wants good. It wants to be given. Fine. That is absolutely okay. It should be like that. You should receive. So that is what makes you open up. But then came the teaching of doing away with self, becoming an open door through which all can enter in. Was the next step, and that is where it descends into lunacy, where you've gone too far. In the miracles, yes, everything is possible. But what he did is, that knowledge was not directed toward all, but to a specific task. And that again is a restriction of everything is possible to, I can heal this person, which is a restriction of all. Obviously, it's only one thing. And then it worked in this world. Everything is possible, I can resurrect this dead person, which is only one task out of all. And then it worked. And what directed? Compassion directed the works in this world. What is compassion born out of? Out of the knowledge of suffering of others. Empathy, knowledge of others, which is born out of a knowledge of self. You know suffering in yourself. You can see it in another. You understand it in another because you know self. If there's no self, how do you know the suffering of others? No, love your neighbor as yourself. If there is no self to love the neighbor, who's loving the neighbor? Anyway, so he opened up that door for all to enter in. And then the next stage is, of course, for myself, I ask nothing. I do away with self. And then they can just take whatever. It's giving and receiving. You're no longer receiving, you're no longer self. You just give, give, give. And then they can suck you dry. And everybody is shouting glory, hallelujah. What is wrong with folks? John St. Julian said in his video, well, you must do away with reason because reason would prevent the door from opening. Yeah, bloody well it will. Bloody right. It should stop that door from opening. It should keep the channel closed. Because it is receiving a thought that is absolutely deadly for self, for you. Of course reason will keep that channel closed. Or reason should restrict it to a task in this world. Born out of compassion, born out of the knowledge of your neighbor, which is the knowledge of self. So the state that Jesus actually ended up in the end, is no knowledge of self. My people will die from lack of knowledge. The children of this world that have a separate knowledge of self will die from the lack of that knowledge. But he, as I said, he did away with that knowledge, and he had nothing. That's where he ended up. He had nothing and he was happy. Sound familiar? You will have nothing and you will be happy? We're already test driving that in this world. It is creating a reality. That virus is creating a reality in this world. Yeah? And you are living the outcome. Are you enjoying it? And you think if you're doing the same thing on speed, it's going to be glorious? It's not. As below, so above. So somebody is really not seeing cause and effect here. Jesus, the teaching of Jesus was the cause. This is the effect. We are now going towards certainty of what that knowledge does. What it actually works. It works destruction. But you've done away with your guardians. See, that's why he's happy. That is why Jesus is happy, happy, happy. Give, give, give. Happy, happy, happy. Suck me dry. I'm in ecstasy. Because there is no more conflict. There is no more reason. Because he's done away with the guardians of his garden that should have kept the channel closed. Satan, fear, the knowledge of consequences. And Michael, some kind of sense of justice here. They're gone. There's no more conflict. There's no more pain. You know, it kind of reminds me like a mouse that is infected with a T. gondii parasite. Yeah? That screws with its brain. And then it happily goes towards the cat, feeling elated while it's being eaten. That's what's been done to you with that teaching. Then can we have some sense of good and bad according to self? That was the first thing we were given when we left the garden. We knew good and bad according to self. Yeah? And we had knowledge and we had fear. We had the knowledge that there was danger out there. Okay, that's not much to start with. It's not much of a foundation, but that's all we had. But apparently we've lost that foundation as well. Yeah? Humanity has no more idea what's actually good for it. In fact, you shouldn't know what is good for you. You should let go of that knowledge. Become a living sacrifice. John Centurion actually said that. You should become a living sacrifice. No, to hell with it. No. No, that is not good. Especially not good if you indiscriminately sacrifice yourself to all. And those that receive of you, that receive of your energy, are they building good with that? Are they using your energy to do good? Or are you sacrificing your energy to feed evil? Of course, you have no reason anymore to determine that. Folks, wake up, get out of the delusion. You're calling good bad and bad good. You have this whole thing upside down. This world is turning upside down. Nothing that we know is good is so anymore. That is because of that mind virus. That war should be fought in your heaven. Reason should look at this. Your guardians, your knowledge of danger and your sense of justice and whatever else you can throw in there of knowledge of yourself, that should look at that and judge it. Be the judge of what comes into you and what goes out, and be of sound judgment. Anyway, folks, I leave it at this for today. Is there anybody out there that thinks like me? Then please get in contact. I wonder if we can get a body together that can speak, born out of knowledge of self and sound reasoning. It really seems like I'm the only voice in the wilderness here. I wish there was somebody else. Anyway, I leave it at that for today, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.